Got it. Okay. Stop that. Okay, I'm ready now.
She's giggling.
So much editing.
I think leave this in, actually.
Hi, Hala.
Hi, hello. Okay. Hello, Yappers, and welcome back to Yapaholics Anonymous. Long time no see. So here's what went down. We got new mics, and we thought they were more professional. And we recorded an episode, and by we I mean me and Andrew. And the audio was so bad. It was so bad. Hala couldn't save it, and so yeah, you're just not going to get that probably ever unless you want to listen to the worst audio you've ever heard in your life. But also, it's a shame because I genuinely think that was the best episode that we've ever recorded. Andrew and I can get into it a little later because I hate to break it to our Yapaholics Anonymous faithful, aka Hala's brother. Andrew's not here because Andrew is a loser and decided to go home for half of the summer. And so I don't have Andrew with me right now, but I have a very special guest, and that's going to be our photographer. She took our pictures for our Instagram, and that's gonna be Kinsey Durr.
Hey guys! Cue the applause. Cue the applause sound effect right
So
now.
like, start clapping now.
And
like-
the crowd goes wild. Please tell me the mics pick that up.
Okay, I hate to say this might be the most ADHD you've ever heard me. And if you hear a lot of giggling, that's none of my business.
It will be us giggling the whole time, actually.
And yeah, but Kinsey's here, and we're so grateful. Hopefully next week Andrew will be here. We might hop on a Zoom meeting. Let's throw back to 2020.
We're gonna keep it professional, actually.
Professional, yeah, business casual. We will be dressed business casual on that Zoom meeting.
I think the best thing about Zoom is that you don't have to wear pants, and then no one knows. It's your like cute little secret that you keep to yourself.
Exactly. We don't have a list of topics like we usually do for a podcast because fun story about Kinsey and me and our beautiful relationship that we have is yeah, you're welcome. We were all raised on the same staff last year, which is also how Andrew and I met. Res Life really brings people together, for better or for worse, I would argue.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then Kinsey and I also share the same outside of Res Life job, and that's going to be we work at Bath and Body Works LLC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling you where, that's none of your business. But we were at work today, and Kinsey and I are hilarious when we're together.
So true.
And we were standing and like greeting people as they come in, blah blah blah. But we were being funny in between that. And I go, so what if hypothetically I just brought mics here and then we just recorded a podcast while we're standing here at work, and then every 5 minutes you hear us go, are you looking for anything specific today?
You can hear my spiel.
Yes, exactly. See this? It used to be $16.95, not anymore.
So, just for context, Reagan's been working there since when?
Like my freshman year of college.
Like forever.
And I am going to be a senior this year, so take from that what you will.
So, lots of years. I started in November, so I've only been there like a few months.
Yeah.
And it was like holiday season, and I'm working, and I'm the front of shop. I'm like a big seller. Like, I love just like...
She loves getting in your face.
I love getting in your face. It's a great excuse to do that, because like if you do that in public, like you get disowned by your family.
You get like essentially like a file charge.
Yeah, I might get a couple like restraining orders.
So like,
but like at Bath and Body Works, I can do anything I want.
It's encouraged. Actually.
Anything for the sales. Obviously, we don't make commission. It's just based off pure adrenaline.
Yeah.
And so my spiel to get people to buy things.
This is during semi-annual sale, by the way, when everything is like super, super on sale.
Yes, like 75% off. We got 50% off. We got like $0 basically. All this stuff. And so my thing my thing would be like, I'm in the front of the shop. I'm the first person you talk to. I'll be like, hello, welcome to Bath and Body Works. Like, are you buying anything today? And they're gonna be like, yeah, I'm just looking around. No shit. Like, oh. Okay, good.
On our podcast.
I was scared. I didn't know if it was PG or PG-13.
Oh.
Like, can I throw in the one F-bomb like in Marvel? You know,
like it RA karaoke night. Can I have the one F-bomb?
They literally allowed us one F-bomb, and they said okay. And so I give my spiel, and then I'm like, well. For example, I give them a spray of this spray.
Bright
Christmas morning. And I go, well, this bottle used to be $17.95. Not anymore! And I flip the bottle around and I show them that it's $17.95. And then I go, now it's $4.24. And every time their little minds explode, like these middle-aged women are like, oh my gosh!
These middle-aged white women.
Middle-aged white women that will fight you about, did that coupon go on there? I don't see any zeros. No, Karen, we don't zero them out, like, so you can't just return it and get something free, like exactly. Miss Girl. But yes, I love Bath & Body Works LLC.
Yes, I do too. I would never dare utter a bad word about that place.
No,
never in my life. Yeah, but that's how we decided that Kinsey should come on the pod. Other than the fact that Hala also texted. Well, okay, I've been texting the group chat the past 2 weeks to be like, hey, we should record a pod, because the last episode that we recorded, really bad audio, and that we recorded that like a week or two before Dead Week. And so then, unfortunately, we didn't want to do it. We didn't want to record any more episodes because we were dead. Yeah. And we had finals to take. And Hala, our wonderful producer / boss / friend, of course, she's also in grad school. So she has things to do. And so we couldn't do anything. And so, and then we were moving and like blah, 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 whatever. It's been very busy. We're very busy people. And so, but for the past 2 weeks, I've been texting and we're like, hey, we should record an episode. So we had already planned out, like, let's hop on a Zoom. Andrew claims it was his idea. I claim it was my idea. That's up for interpretation. Whatever. And last week, I wanted to do it, and Andrew and I both had a date. Hala couldn't, which is fine. It's not Hala's fault. If anything, it's Andrew's.
True.
Yes. And then this week, I texted on Monday to, like, make sure, I think it was Monday, that, like, we could find a time to record and go, hey, guys, so hypothetically, what if we MAP this week? And MAP, in my context, all right, is going to stand for Make a Podcast, a la BNC MAP. Brooke and Connor Make a Podcast, starring Brooke and Connor Wood, a.k.a. Fibula, a.k.a. one of my boyfriends, of course. And Andrew texts back. He goes, I am very anti-using that acronym, by the way. And I was like, huh? Like, whatever. Like, I go, okay, well, unfortunately, that's how I'm going to be recording. Like, that's how I'm going to say recording an episode from here on out. And he goes, whatever. And then he sends me a screenshot informing me that MAP is used as a way to describe pedophiles.
A minor attracted person.
Yes. And which I would like to state at this moment in time, I had no clue. Which I think is so pure of me. I had zero idea.
She's an angel.
I know other things, but I didn't know that. Because I was so caught up in the fibula of it all.
I also love that the screenshot that he sent was a Reddit screenshot.
Oh, it was a Reddit.
So real for that.
It was a Reddit screenshot, yes, of course.
I also am fully siding with him because, yeah.
How am I supposed to know that? Is that like common knowledge?
No, you have to be chronically online.
And I think I am chronically online, but like not in that way.
Not in that way.
Yes, and then Andrew's on vacation. So, like a loser. Imagine. And so then I said, okay, so I'll rig an episode, and then Hala said that we should get a guest. And so
here I am.
So here's Kinsey. Kinsey actually had a great idea for what we could talk about today. So we do have a little bit of a topic, if you would like to.
I do not even remember what I said.
Okay, well, I'm trying not to talk as much because people always tell me that their one review of this podcast is that I talk more than anyone else.
What was the topic?
Going through our TikTok comments.
I don't even know where my phone is, actually.
Before we get into that, we could, of course, do our hyperfixation and song of the week.
Oh,
Kinsey,
yeah.
I would love to have you go.
Okay, so, I guess I'll do the song first. Actually, no, you go first because then mine will lead into our topic.
Okay, perfect. So, hyperfixation, I've had a few this week, which is not good. I would say the main one is Niall Horan, because I'm going to see him in July, and someone may or may not be coming with me. Can't tell you who that is. Can't tell you. It's gonna be so fun though. But I've been very excited for that. So I keep getting Niall videos on my For You page, and he looks beautiful, and I'm so excited. Can't wait to see my Irish princess. And then and then I have been having a relapse into my Driver era. Because Ross Lynch.
Yeah.
And Rocky, of course. Could never forget about Rocky.
The dynamic duo.
Yes, and I love them, and they're so beautiful and so hot. And then, as of this recording, as of about an hour ago, Hal and I just got done watching a little movie called Challengers. And, I can feel it in my bones that I am not going to be able to shut up about this movie. don't know what to say. It was so good. I rated it on my Letterboxd, of course. I need to play Wii tennis.
Respectfully, yes.
I need to play Wii tennis. Specifically, Mike Feist. Hey, I know you're listening. Come play Wii tennis. Please. Please come play Wii tennis with me.
I'll literally make you a me of you, custom made. I'm a really good me maker.
In your likeness.
Yes.
And if it looks a little bit like a rat, that's none of your business. But like Mike Feist, please, we can talk about Newsies.
Yes.
We can talk about Newsies.
Yes.
And West Side Story. As I was driving home from work today, Jet Song from West Side Story, which is going to be the song that he sings, and the movie came on, and I go, well, this is just Challengers prep, actually.
Yeah.
Required to listen to before. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So those are. Oh, and then song of the week. I would argue this song came out yesterday, but again, I can feel it in my bones that it's going to be bad, and that's going to be "Please, Please, Please" by Sabrina Carpenter. I love Sabrina Carpenter.
We love her.
Love her, and also the music video, iconic.
Ooh, I haven't seen the music video.
Oh, you required watching after this.
Okay.
It has Barry Keoghan.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
my turn. Okay, I'm gonna start with the song because my hyperfixation goes into our next topic. So one thing about me that you need to know is that I am one of the biggest 21 Pilots fans in the world, actually, quite literally. I know.
Yeah. I
won't get into it because I will yap way too long. But 21 Pilots has lore, aka they created this whole universe called Dima. It all started with the Blurry Face album. Well, I guess you can include Vessel in there too. But anyway, recently, aka May 24th.
Okay, I'll tell you the exact date.
May 24th at 11 p.m. Central, because it was 12 a.m. whatever.
Yes.
They released Clancy, and which is their new album, and they also had a music video for every single song except the last one, which we're waiting for. Tyler Joseph and Josh Dunn, who's married to Debbie Ryan, by the way. Yes. Please release that music video. I'm begging.
And also, like, if you, of course, want to come on the pod.
Yeah.
Of course.
Respectfully, Tyler Joseph, Josh Dunn, like, I love you. I've been to, like, 3 of your concerts, about to go to my 4th.
Exactly. Mike Feist, I don't know if I said you could come on the pod, but you would, of course, come on the pod. We could play Wii tennis, of course, as well.
Yeah. So, Josh Dunn and Tyler, Josh Dunn and Tyler Joseph, we can go to Taco Bell, okay?
Yeah.
And so my song of the week is a song from the album, of course. It's called Oldie Station.
Is that the last song?
No. Oh. Paladin Straight is the last song. Okay. We are not talking about it. It actually makes me upset that there's 30 seconds of silence in it.
It actually just pisses me off,
It actually just pisses me off.
That grinds my gears.
It grinds my gears. And there's no music video, so I can't have any visual cues.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's Oldie Station. It makes me cry, guaranteed, 100%, due to this one line in it. It's about, like, surviving, because, like, their whole message is, like, surviving through, like, mental health struggles and other things. And so their old messaging was, like, stay alive, and now it's, like, we've made it. Like, push on through, we're here now. It's, like, so beautiful.
Yeah.
Also, the song's a banger.
Also, just fire.
It literally
straight gas.
Straight gas. It makes me cry every time, like happy tears, not sad.
Yeah.
So that's my song of the week, Oldie Station from 21 Pilots' new album, Clancy. Thank you very much.
Yay.
Which also, one more thing about 21 Pilots.
Yeah. I would never think to silence you. I would never silence a woman.
That. Happy Women's History Month.
Happy Pride
3 months, 2 months late. Happy Pride Month.
No.
Oh wait, we have a topic to talk about.
Well, you do your hyperfixation.
Okay, I'll do my hyperfixation. One thing about 21 Pilots. I'm not losing this train of thought. 21 Pilots, we are all theorizing. By we, I mean the fan base.
Yes.
Of course, I'm part of them. I am their leader, actually. Is that we think it might be a double album or a deluxe. Like, we don't think it's over because the last song has 30 seconds of silence, a little bit of a verse in there, and then at the end it says, "Hello, Clancy." Why would you say "Hello, Clancy" at the end of Clancy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, like, Clancy used to be dead, and then we found out he's not. Anyway, so keep a lookout for that. If it is a double album, just telling you, haha, I was right, you're wrong.
And also, like, you don't want to be around her if it's a double album.
No, people didn't want to be around me when it first started. Like, they released the singles. Like, do you have the Airbuds app? I have earbuds with Hala, and like it shows, you can see like what your friends are listening to,
How am
and
I not onto this already?
you need to download it. Actually, I've
I'm
gotten all
doing
my
it
friends
right
to download
now.
it so I can unlock the fun little things. But like you can see how many times like what people are listening to, and if they repeat it, it just shows it a bunch of times. So when 21 Pilots was releasing like their like little sneak peeks, like their singles from this album, I listened to them religiously. And I'm friends with Becca on that app, and she would text me like, "Are you okay?" Because like you just scroll through my like history, and it's all 21 Pilots, the same song.
Hello. This is Hala. Hi. I just feel like we should give a shout out to Becca and Airbuds because she's the most attentive person ever. One night I was just in the mood to listen to Nickelback, so I think it was like 3 hours of Nickelback showing up on my AirBuds, and she texted me. She's like, "It's all Nickelback. What's going on?" And I was like, "I was just in a mood, you know." But like, she'll react to the songs and everything, and
Yes.
the AirBuds reaction noises are terrifying.
Yeah.
So and I always leave the sound on my phone on because if not, I will forget that it exists, which is wild. But it just scares me every time, and it's always Becca reacting to my songs. So, shout out Becca, love you.
Yeah.
Earring twins, she'll get that.
Yeah.
We'll have to have her on the pod this next year.
Oh, for sure. Because fun fact about Becca, we can't talk about this now. This is like Becca and Reagan lore, is we're related like way down the line. So
Yes.
yes.
Okay, and then my hyperfixation, I'll get off of 21 Pilots. Fun fact, they're not my hyperfixation of the week. My hyperfixation of the week is on TikTok. I used to play this game. It's called Friday Night Funkin', and I found an edit of it of like this okay, I'm strange, but there was this like mod that people made for this one guy that like died, that like used to make mods for the game, and it's so good, like it's crazy. And so I saved an edit on it, and I named the folder on my TikTok autism diagnosis because no normal person would watch this. I'm not kidding. I think I watched it 12 times straight, like over and over and over, because it scratched my brain so much, and I literally just sat there like kind of stimming to it. Like I was just like so excited. And so now I've grown this folder on my TikTok of autism diagnosis. It's all edits. I think most of them are edits. Oh, look, 21 Pilots is in there. Friday Night Funkin'. But most recently I saved one that's a Five Nights at Freddy's edit. That we're gonna have to find some way to put this in the Instagram because I need people to see it.
Kinsey and I talked about it because like we were at work and we were talking about recording this, and like we think it's so funny to like describe the video that we're showing on TikTok and then just never post it anywhere. So you just have to guess.
Oh wait, should I do that for this Five Nights at Freddy's?
Do it and then we can post it later.
Okay, let me get it all set up for you guys. Stop! No. Okay.
Describe what's happening.
Okay, it's a puppet. Oh, it's going too fast. It's springtime. It's a bite of 89. Oh no, 10% battery. It's the puppet again, and then it just repeats. So that was Glass Animals Take a Slice. Over Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay, so we talked about this. That's your hyperfixation of the week.
That's my hyperfixation.
Before I get into some of we of course need to talk about the TikTok collections. This video will be posted on social media because it needs to see the light of day. And this is a video that Kinsey and I took while at Bath & Body Works LLC, BBW LLC, if one would say. So if you didn't know, it's Pride Month. So like, we're in Kinsey's apartment, and she has a cat, and she's holding the mic up to her cat.
Well, usually she makes a sound when I pet her. Oh, did you hear that? Please tell me you guys heard that.
Yeah, well, we'll get it.
She did a cute little...
Anyway, it's Pride Month, and Bath & Body Works, known allies. And so we have a Pride collection. It's called Love Always Wins. We have it every year, but it like changes scents every year. It keeps it fun and funky and fresh, you know? And so we have, of course, like fragrance mist, lotion, shower gel. Something that we have this scent in is going to be a crackle Crackle Fizz lotion. Kinsey calls it Fizzle lotion.
Fizzle lotion.
All the kids love it. And by all the kids, I mean me and Kinsey.
No, but literally, like, if I'm sitting in front of shop and kids walk in, okay, kids, first off, love them. I love kids. Like, I work with kids all the time.
Working in retail and having kids visit your store, I think, is one of the 7 circles.
They're, like, honestly the worst because they run in and out. And one thing about, like...
No, don't.
Never mind.
No.
But they run in and out, and they just freaking trash your store as well.
Yeah.
They, like, leave little tester strips everywhere, and they leave lotion stains and all that.
Yeah.
But...
Put lotion on a tester strip for
Okay, I saw lotion on the floor today. That was crazy.
Yeah.
How did that get there? Come on.
But... How did that get there?
So to, like, kind of tame them and to maybe get them to, like, beg their parents for something, I get them to demo the Crackle Fizz... What is it? Crackle Fizz lotion?
Yeah.
No, it's Shimmer Fizz lotion, actually.
Yeah, because it has sparkles.
Yeah.
It has sparkles.
So I say, first off, it has glitter, and it sounds like Pop Rocks on your hands.
Yes.
And they always go crazy for that stuff.
Anyway, so this was last week. Kinsey and I were working together, which I love when Kinsey and I work together. Because we actually do get things done. People might not think that, but we do.
True.
And so she was putting some on, and she put it on and she was having the time of her life because she just loves it so much. Like, literally giggles like that every time she puts it on. She gets
sensory,
so excited.
It's crackly.
Autism diagnosis.
No! I don't beat that allegation.
Yes. And then I put some on because I'm not going to turn down a fun time. I hate to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kinsey put it on immediately after again. But I'm not joking. It's almost like it's almost like a whipped cream consistently, kind of like that consistency. Like, that's how it comes out. It's in like a compressed can. And so she was spraying this lotion into her hand for at least 5 seconds. So if that tells you how much she was getting out of this bottle, yeah. And so she got too much. So then she goes, Reagan, I need help. and so I went over to just take some off her hands, like any good friend would.
Yeah.
And we discovered that when you press hands together with Crackle Fizz lotion in between, it makes the weirdest sound, and it's so funny. And so we did it, and like both looked at each other like jaws dropped, like losing our minds. And then we took a video of it. We will post this video because I think it's hilarious. And I just said Caleb and Andrew Core.
Yeah.
And that's going to be of course you all know Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
And you've heard of Caleb.
Yeah.
He will be on eventually.
The urban legend.
The urban legend that is Caleb Wiseman.
Yeah.
Resident Assistant Wiseman.
I
refer to him to Isabel. So Isabel's going to be another one of our she was our former coworker. She's going to Lincoln because she has to teach like a loser. Imagine. But Isabel doesn't really know like any of the RAs. Like, if I tell them her name, like, she'll be like, maybe, but she doesn't know who they are. And so I would be describing Caleb. But one thing that she does know Caleb from is one of the sororities on campus does a King of Hearts pageant every year. And so the one thing that she knew Caleb from is Caleb was in the King of Hearts pageant as Mr. Loper Catholic. And so every time I go, Caleb Wiseman, Mr. Loper Catholic. So Andrew and Caleb are an enigma. You'll find out when they are on the pod together. But it was just so Caleb and Andrew core that we had to send it to them. Mm-hmm. And this video is so funny. One thing that pisses me off, though, about Caleb and Andrew, it's hilarious, but also, like, annoying, is if you send them something and I just think they don't know how to respond to it. I just think that they don't know how to put it into words. They send a photo of themselves back. And it's not like a photo that they just took. Like, they're stockpiling these as, like it's like a reaction image.
They make their own reaction
images. And so Caleb, they both sent one back, and I go, okay, that's not funny because this was a hilarious video. Yeah. I need actual answers. So then Kinsey and I decided to send another photo back. We created a group chat on Snapchat is how I sent this to them. And Kinsey took a photo of me holding the bottle of Crackle Fizz lotion, Shimmer Fizz lotion, doing a 1,000-yard stare, one of my specialties. And I would also like to know, this was on June 1st.
Yeah. First
day of Pride Month. The collection's been out for a while. But it's the Pride collection, and Kinsey takes this picture and goes, what's a song that I could put over this? And I go, Same Love by Macklemore. So we set that back. We'll have to find that. We'll put that
Yeah.
in the reel, of course, too.
Of
My
course.
the first thing that came to my head, it was not Same Love by Macklemore, but Kinsey had actually just shown me a TikTok of Macklemore singing Downtown
Oh my
that she has in
gosh.
one of her TikTok collections. And so he was on my mind.
Oh,
My first thought was like
he was on my mind.
It needs to be a Glee cast version. It needs to be Kurt singing. I don't know what he needs to be singing, but he needs to be singing, and that's the music we put. But I couldn't like put that into words, so I just said "Same Love" by Macklemore. Yeah.
I'm gonna describe what just happened. So Hella's petting my cat, obviously, because like who could resist? And my cat was just like licking her toes, as cats do.
Everyone
She was
does.
spreading them things. And Hella was just infatuated for a second, and it was very funny.
Okay. How do we want to go about this TikTok thing? This TikTok thing.
So our idea was like to go through. Okay, so we both have like collections on TikTok. If you don't know what those are, like you can save videos
To your
on
favorites.
TikTok and then like make little folders for them for like, to categorize them. I have ones that are like TikToks to make or like sad TikToks or whatever. And I have a folder called Pissed Myself Laughing, which is like the funniest. It's videos, like I don't really show people them. Because
She showed me a lot of them though. I lost my mind. They're so funny.
They're just videos that like I stumble upon them, of course, on my TikTok, and then I cackle like out loud. I only save them if I laugh out loud, and they genuinely make me laugh the next time I see them.
I would also like to mention that Kinsey and I have very different For You pages. Because, like, if you have picked up on anything from this podcast, I hope it's that I am so pop culture obsessed. Like, it's not even funny. And that's, like, what my For You page is. Like, I just opened TikTok to go to my collections, and it was a video probably from, like, 2023, because TikTok keeps showing me a bunch of old videos. Like, literally from, like, last year. Actually kind of fucking pissing me off. But it was a video of Niall Horan on The Voice.
Yeah.
Because, like, once again, in my Niall Horan era, Hal was growling. Kinsey's cat.
The cat is a distraction. How big people are with babies. Like, oh my god, so cute. It's me and cats, and I have bad cuteness aggression.
Yeah.
Me too. I just want to squish her head. Like, I don't want to hurt her, but I just want to.
Mine is biting. Like, I just
Yeah.
Like her ear, I can bite it. That's so weird. But
No, I get it.
You're valid for that.
Yeah. But anyway, so we have very different For You pages. So you're going to see the difference. Also, like, some of mine have, like, funny names, but a lot of them don't, unfortunately, these collections. But I know that Kinsey's are hilarious.
I'll share a couple of my favorites here. Again, we're not sharing, like, we're not sending the links. They just have to imagine, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe we could, like, post them on our stories or
Okay.
something.
So
I don't know if it needs a permanent spot on the feed, you know? Piss myself laughing.
I showed you this one, right? And
Yeah.
So today I added one. So my For You page is the funniest thing. Like I know
It's the
TikTok's really
darndest
bad for your
thing.
brain, honestly.
Oh, it's been awful for my
and
brain.
I try not to spend a lot of hours on it, but like sometimes, like, when you're bored, you just need to pass time. It's a great way.
Exactly.
And I literally had just opened my TikTok to show Reagan that Five Nights at Freddy's edit, and then this video popped up when I was like scrolling a little bit, and it's this it's this dad recording his kid at like soccer practice or something, or like I don't know, he's on the playground and he's running, clutching his butt, and like he's crapping his pants, and the dad's just like following him, recording it like a camera guy on that show.
And then also, the caption is, "Son made a core memory today."
My son created a core memory today. Hashtag FYP. Hashtag dad life. And then the audio.
And when people say that they have a problem because parents exploit their children on social media, I fear that's exactly what they mean.
And then one of the comments like said, "I thought he lost his battle when he moved his hand because he had like a little stain on his butt that was just like dirt."
Yeah.
Anyway, I have the funniest TikToks, I think.
Yeah,
What's,
you do.
what's another really good one that I should show right
Okay, the one that I said you had to send to Andrew because it's two of Andrew's like hyperfixations from a current moment in time. I need to hear how you describe this. I think.
The way it's not loading, so I'll just describe it from memory.
Okay, perfect.
So there's this like, I'll say it's a meme. There's this like trend meme going around. Maybe not anymore. It's kind of old. Where it's this. It's this song.
Maybe one day I can learn to love.
So it's like a cute little song. Like maybe I can learn to love you.
And it's
But
like a
then they put-
relationship
It's
thing.
like a relationship thing, and they're like shy and blushing. But then like the meme is that they put two of like the craziest people to ship, like that are always fictional
My
characters.
OTP.
My OTP, which is a phrase I haven't heard since my middle school Wattpad days.
But I said that today when I was talking about this TikTok.
and it gave me flashbacks. But the two people in this TikTok are branched from Trolls the movie series franchise. You know, Queen Poppy's love interest, of course.
Justin Timberlake, of
Justin
course.
Timberlake wasn't a boy band. Iconic branch. And then the other person,
Singing
aka
Killed My Grandma, okay?
the other person is Paul Atreides from Dune. Timothy Chalamet version, of course. And they're singing this cute little song and they're holding hands. And I did in fact almost piss myself laughing. Therefore I added it to my piss myself laughing.
And something about Andrew is Andrew loves Dune. And there was a moment in time where he was really into trolls.
Yeah.
Because one of his favorite things to say, and he'll explain this better than I do, so maybe he'll talk about it next time. But one of his favorite lines is from the first movie, which he hadn't even seen for a while, and it was, "Singing killed my grandma, okay?" Which is something that Branch says, but he would say it about anything. He, like, if we were, like, I don't even know what to say. Literally, like,
anytime he was, like, frustrated, he'd be
Yeah,
like, singing
like-
killed my grandma, okay?
No, but he'd also, like, use it for different situations, I thought. So, like,
Yeah.
literally, if we were about to jaywalk, he'd be like, "Jaywalking killed my grandma, okay?" Like, so stupid. Yeah.
So
okay,
good.
so my equivalent of pissing my pants laughing is gonna be a folder that I call, "Y'all mind if I giggle real quick?" And the TikToks that are in this folder are some of the most wide-ranging things. We're all getting distracted by Kinsey's cat.
The cat is gripping her feet. One thing about my cat is that she has a thing for feet, unfortunately. I'm
Foot
trying to
fetish.
get her into rehab.
Yeah, and
when-
who inspired this? Doesn't Andrew, like,
Oh,
Yeah.
well, he pisses me off because he, like, feeds his feet to my cat, basically.
He wears his slides.
His dogs are always
Those
out.
slides are hanging on for dear
Dear
life.
life.
Fun fact, I sewed them and super glued them on 2 separate occasions.
Andrew, when you listen to this on Spotify, because I know you do, get rid of those things, please. Make them shower shoes. I don't know, but they should
They are
never
shower shoes.
They should never see the light of day
he
again.
wears them, like, over, like, okay, so Andrew lives in a separate building from Hala's office. He'll wear them outside to walk over to Hala's office.
It's like my office is his living room.
Yeah.
He's just walking from the bedroom to the living room.
I respect
And-
it.
Or, Andrew, I'm so sorry. Put some socks on those puppies. I don't know.
I do not need to see those dogs. I do not need to see those dogs.
I respect trying to get them to last because I know they've, like, lasted 2 years now or whatever as shower shoes and functional shoes.
And functional. Which is crazy to have functional and shower shoes in
Yeah.
the same pair. That's crazy.
I've been using the same, like, Walmart flip-flops.
Yeah, but I don't wear them outside.
No.
I wear them down the hallway to the shower
Mm-hmm.
and then back to my room.
Yeah.
And also in the shower, might
Yeah.
I add. But anyway, y'all mind if I go real quick? It's gonna have some of my favorite TikToks. One of them, well, this one's a recent one, and it's this guy just in Nashville at a corn dog stand. You know what I'm talking about?
You've shown me this,
Yeah.
yes.
It just brings me so much joy. And then this one is also going to be one of my favorites. Kinsey and I have actually kept ourselves like pretty contained, I would say, because Kinsey and I, we like to, of course, talk like we cannot say our L's and R's, like constantly. Constantly.
What do we?
What do we?
Constantly, we can never talk like Wiggle.
We always talk like this.
We do this in
Like
front of
this.
customers and everything.
Yeah, like, what do we? Customers will walk in and we'll be talking to each other and we'll like talk normally to the customer and then we go back to talking to each other in front of the customer like idiots. But anyway, this is gonna be a TikTok and it's gonna say espresso if it was actually good, meaning espresso by Sabrina Carpenter.
I'm frigging working late. Cause I'm what are we a frigging sing on? Oh, it looks so what are you frigging going? Wow, my finger. My twisted frigging humor makes him laugh so often. My frigging really honeybee. Come get this almond. Too bad your ex don't do the work.
Love that TikTok.
I
Okay.
couldn't hold it in.
And then I'm gonna play one more TikTok from this folder because like that one, like the guy, the corn dog stand, I didn't really describe it. He's just dancing with a corn dog and saying "Oski, ski, corn dog," whatever. Hilarious, yeah, made me giggle. The espresso one, he's just playing the piano.
Yeah.
This next one, we're gonna have to post. We're gonna have to post on the story.
It's the one.
It's the one.
Mm-hmm.
This is quite possibly my favorite TikTok of all time. I've had it saved since 2022. And this is
That's crazy.
I could quote it from memory right now.
You
and
could.
I'm going to. It's okay. I'm gonna quote this.
Yeah, set up the scene like it's a play.
Yes. Enter stage right. He's in frame the whole time. It's gonna be like this 5-year-old kid. With a buzz cut. A bit of like an overbite, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Adorable. He looks like he bites, but I love him. Which is gonna be the top comment on that video.
Yeah, he's your average like little
grimy,
little white boy.
grimy little white boy.
Yeah,
little white 5-year-old. And here's the thing. I'm not laughing at this because he's bad at what he's doing. It's because I don't know why I'm laughing. But I'm just gonna quote this right now, and then we can post the video for all to see, so you can see how good I am at quoting this. Because I love this TikTok so much. Actually, I'm gonna have to play it because I won't sing. But it's this video, and it's him with his grandpa, and it's his grandpa's TikTok page. And the video starts, and he goes, "Happy birthday to Port McCourtney! Thank you for inspiring me. This song is for you." And then he does like a dramatic point, like it's so like it's so fucking funny. And then he starts singing, and I'm going to play this now.
Paul McCourtney.
Happy birthday to Paul McCartney, and thanks for inspiring me. This song is for you.
I've never made it through this whole TikTok. I've never watched it all the way through because I'd laugh too hard. Okay, so that's where I'm gonna stop that actually. Let it be.
Let it be.
And here's the thing. I'm not laughing because here's the thing. Get that boy some breath control. He's gonna be on a Broadway stage somewhere.
Quite literally.
Like,
He has the confidence.
He has the confidence, and like I don't think he sounds bad. I don't know what I think it's his facial expressions, like whatever. Because another comment is Nick from New Girl as a kid, and so I love that video.
Oops.
This one has also been a recent one. I love the Basement Yard. Shout out the Basement Yard. Boys, you're free to come on the pod anytime. I know you're listening.
Frozen drinks? I'm not a big.
Oh.
Don't you talk about now like
Frozen drinks.
like a frozen pina colada, a
Frozen margarita.
Hear me out, please. I want to drink this thing like a fucking
Like a
real
real
alcoholic. I just want to throw it back. You can't do that with a frozen drink.
But
You
it's
need
so
a-
hot.
But
Why so hot?
Why so
Why
hot?
Why so hot?
If it's so hot, but it's so hot.
But it's so hot.
Yours melts instantly. But then it's
Ice,
drink.
double ice.
But then it becomes drink. But then it
Because
becomes
it's a watery
drink.
drink.
I don't want
Water
water
drink.
drink.
I want drink.
Logically.
Okay, and I want to.
do the best part.
Oh.
And he gave the big. Oh yeah, the best part.
No. if the drink is frozen, right? The drink
Oh.
isn't frozen. Let's be honest about something. It's the ice that's frozen.
Okay, lawyer.
If it melts because it's so hot out, what do you think is going to happen to your regular margarita with just one ice cube in it? But there's less ice in the regular margarita. I know, but it's going to freeze it if it's going to melt even quick. Listen, give me on the rocks over frozen any day of the bink. You would rather a regular margarita than a frozen margarita in the summer sun? Yeah. Oh my God, someone punched this kid square in the tit. Frozen.
And I would like to state that came across my For You page, immediately added it to favorite, because why so hot? Why so hot?
Why so hot? Why so
I don't
hot?
want watery drink, I want drink. Like, immediately thought it was hilarious. Hala sent it to me like 5 days later, and I had to respond with already been in my favorites folder because I love this so much. To the point that no, during challengers, like if there was a scene where Mike Feist, like shout out Josh O'Connor, you kind of do it for me in the movie, but like you were just too much of a mouse came to life. With all due respect, I love you so much, but also I can't get past the Prince Charles of it all because he was Prince Charles in The Crown. Josh O'Connor, shout out to you. But I love your love for Ratatouille. That's how he says it. It's so cute. Ratatouille. But Mike Feist, we don't need to discuss. But like anytime either of them like looked really good, I would in my head I would go, why so hot? Why so hot?
Or when they were like sweating
And
like
this-
buckets on the tennis court.
Okay, the shot at the end, and it's after. Spoiler alert! It's after Patrick puts the ball into the middle of the racket to symbolize what it symbolizes. So actually, not really a spoiler alert, but whatever. And Art just like stands up and he's just standing there because he's so shocked. The angle when he like puts his head down because he's just looking at the ground, and then the camera goes underneath of him, and then there's just sweat coming off of his face. That's crazy. That's crazy. Why so hot? Why so hot? Why so hot?
That's just my footage of me on an average Thursday, actually. Fun fact, I have hyperhidrosis, so that literally is me on average Thursday.
No, but literally, I was like, I don't know if Hala looked over to me. I felt like she did because I just went.
Guys,
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Mom, come pick me up.
Mom, come pick me up. I'm scared.
But also, like, save me, Mike Feist. Mike Feist in a backward Stanford hat, save me. Okay,
It
that's
makes
that.
me want to get back into my tennis days because, like,
Never played
when
tennis.
I grew up, I did like it was called like club tennis at the YMCA, but it literally was just like it was just
Pickleball?
it was just made up daycare.
So true.
Like my parents would leave me there for the day. They would go, whatever, and then I just played tennis with a bunch of like other kids, all ages. Like there was like a 16-year-old there and then a 4-year-old. Like it was chaos.
That's crazy.
And that was my tennis days. I played until I like started to hate it, and then there was like no one good to play against. But it makes me want to like get back into that.
I never played tennis in any capacity besides Wii, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really where my glory days were.
My glory days on
my tennis glory
Wii
days
Sports.
on Wii Sports, of course. Actually, I would love to discuss as well Xbox Connect. My brother had one, and you could play beach volleyball. So much fun.
We used to do boxing. You could literally box people.
Yeah.
My brothers would love
one
that.
of our other coworkers at Bath & Body Works LLC, she has like a safety strap on her phone. I don't know if you've ever noticed it. And one time I called it her Wii remote strap. It's just like so she can hold it, like hold onto her phone, and I go, yeah. I go, you can't drop your phone if you have your Wii remote strap.
Oh yeah.
It's so funny.
But with Kinect, you don't need those because
Exactly,
you
because
just use your hand.
you literally, it's just like you just stand in front of
Yeah.
the camera and then it senses your body.
Yeah, I think that's when the government started tracking us.
Probably.
Was when they came out with the Wii Connect.
Probably.
Or Wii Connect. Whoa, Xbox Connect.
Xbox, yeah. So Joe Biden, what's your plan?
Joe Biden.
What's your plan
Are you
to
tracking us with Xbox Connect?
like? Just let me know, please.
please.
Okay.
Did you ever play like Just Dance on it?
No,
Oh.
I've never played Just Dance.
So,
Isn't that crazy?
Uh.
Because okay, so growing up, I didn't even have a Wii. My cousin had a Wii, and so then I would lose my mind whenever I went to. And he also lived literally in Colorado, so like I
Yeah.
never really saw him, but like I wanted to play his Wii every time.
Mhm.
And then like we had like a PlayStation. Like that's what, and like
Ew.
my oldest brother had a PlayStation.
PlayStation
Sorry.
hater. Me.
Sorry. And then I would play Star Wars on the PlayStation.
Oh, that's fun.
And then Anakin Skywalker. And then Hayden Christensen as Anakin
Bruh.
Skywalker. And then Connor got an Xbox. That's gonna be my brother, one of my brothers, got an Xbox with the Kinect.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a GameCube in my room at one point in time.
Ooh.
Shout out. And then I also had my Nintendo DS, my light pink Nintendo DS with a paw print on it because it was a Nintendogs collab.
You had a Nintendogs DS?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I played a High School Musical because, like, you know how Nintendo DS, you could have, like, the actual Nintendo DS game, and then you could also have, like, a Game Boy game with bottom. I had a High School Musical Game Boy, and it was so fun. I love High School Musical.
Man, I was always jealous of the kids that had DSs because, like, there was this period in like elementary school where they hadn't banned like smartphones or anything yet because like no one really had them, and so people always had their DSs too.
Oh yeah.
And they'd be doing like Picto Chat or whatever, and I was always pissed off.
We could only have it at recess.
Yeah, I was always upset. My family, we had. Well, I have 5 siblings.
Yes.
I grew up with 4 of them. My little brother, you know, he's the newest addition, of course. We added him on. He was a bonus.
Yes, and how old is he as a recent addition?
He is 12 years old. We adopted him. Apparently that's not a well-known fact because one time this girl from my high school. By the way, everyone knows my parents grew up in a very small school. Both my parents worked at the school. They're both pasty white, so am I. Yeah. This girl, like I was talking about how my little brother was adopted, and she went, "He's adopted?" I looked her dead in the eyes and I just said, "Girl, he's brown." Like, I don't know if you know how genetics work, but like 2 white people can't make a brown baby.
Did you like pay attention to the Punnett Square unit? Like
the Punnett Square.
Like, be so for real.
Be so for real. But yeah, I grew up with oh my gosh, 3 brothers, and they were all the same age-ish, and then 1 sister. And so they had an Xbox. And at first we had an N64. Love that thing. I used to play Kirby the Crystal game and then Mario 64. Childhood, let me tell you. And then we got an Xbox. Later, we got an Xbox Connect. Mm-hmm. That was my jam. Yeah. Like, I loved the sports game. We played boxing because you could let out your aggression without actually hitting anyone. Except I did hit someone once. And then I got taken away from it.
I can't remember how, but like Connor's Connect broke, and so like it wouldn't you could stand right in front of the camera and it just like would not sense you anymore. Oh, so that really fucking sucked.
That sucked. I remember when we tried to play Just Dance, and you like, so when you use a Connect, if you want to like click on anything, you have to use your hand, kind of like a Wii remote, but your hand's the Wii remote. And with Just Dance, you have to like point forward, like you don't just hover over it, like you have to like make a motion, and it never picked it up. So half the time we wouldn't play Just Dance because we couldn't even get through half of the menus because there was just so many screens to go through, and we couldn't get the thing to click. I would always have to get one of my older brothers to like do it for me. And that was before I lost my Connect privileges because I punched my friend playing boxing, of course.
Well, and that happens.
Yeah, like I just took it too real. Like it felt too real to me.
And that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Like it was like our first experience with VR, really. It just wasn't glued to your head. Yeah. But, like, there was no remotes. It was just literally you.
One time when I was like 7th grade, my grandma, her only thing that she wanted for Christmas was a VR headset. And I have no clue why.
Grandma core?
And don't know how much she used that bad boy. We would use it like we would put it on Michael with like a roller coaster video. Michael's my little brother. He was gonna be around if I'm in 7th grade. He's gonna be preschool. My grandma also randomly bought a metal detector.
Oh, I love her so much. Me and her would get along very well.
Yeah, I think anyone would.
Yeah,
I love shout out my grandma. I love you.
Love her.
My grandma says we're not Andrew's plan of telling people that I have cancer, and that's why I meet all the celebrities that I love. That's Andrew's plan to meet them. She said no.
Oh, I could convince her otherwise.
Yeah. So.
Need her metal detector date right now.
Exactly. She gave it to Michael. She gave the metal detector to Michael.
She gave it to Michael.
So Michael is, when we said Caleb was an urban legend, like Michael. Oh my god. I don't even think I could say some of like the weird, like I can't even like think of the best stories to tell about Michael. Michael was here on Thursday. I took a really good picture of him. I sent it to both Hala and Kinsey because Michael legit is like famous within like anyone who knows me.
Yeah.
They know Michael. So they came up because they had to get their tires changed. My dad and Michael on my family's car, and then I also needed my car fixed because my blinker hasn't been working for like 6 months, and I just never fixed it.
You're the problem.
Yes, because I get nervous. And so my dad was finally here, so I was like, okay, let's go get it fixed. It was a 3-hour wait time. And so we were just trying to come up with random things to do. And so I was like, we could go visit Hala, because like Hala was in her office.
Yeah.
And I was like, Michael, we could record a podcast episode. So Michael really wants to be on the podcast.
Oh, he needs to be.
Yeah, he needs to be. The thing about Michael though is he gets like stage fright. Like one time, like he's visited before, and I've tried to take him to see Hala, and he won't even go into her office.
Oh.
So like,
I even tried to give him candy.
yeah, and it didn't
She
work.
tried to lure him in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, yeah, and it didn't work. So we'll have to figure that
Man.
out. But I also just feel like if it was just me and him talking, it'd be so funny. I think the latest Michael story is I went home a few weeks ago, and I was with my mom and Michael, and it was right around the solar eclipse. When was that? Right before finals week?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I needed to play the Tortured Poets Department for my mom. I needed her to listen to it. And so we were listening to it in the car, and The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived came on. Great song. That was my top song of May. I love that song. And about that song is she utters the words, "Who the fuck was that guy?" And so Michael immediately from the backseat goes, "What did she just say?" And like he goes, "Reagan, what's this song called? What's this song called?" And I was like, I told him, and he goes, "Okay, I'm adding it to my playlist." Imagine I go through Michael's playlist.
Wait, right. Michael's playlist is iconic.
Okay, so yeah, that was added to Michael's playlist, and then while we were at Bath and Body Works LLC, like a week ago, Kinsey was also working this day. This woman came in. She's probably like, I would say like 50s at least, and she was wearing a 1989 sweatshirt. And so I was at cash wrap, and I told her, I go, "I love your sweatshirt." And then she goes, "Oh," and then like gave me a friendship bracelet. Well, gave me one, but then she rolled up her sleeve and she had more, so she goes, "You can pick." And so I see they're all just friendship bracelets with the titles of Tortured Poets Department songs, TTPD songs, and I see The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, and I said, "You're coming home with me. You're coming home with me." And I grabbed it, and then she also gave me a pin. It was so sweet. I am so grateful to her. I have since given that friendship bracelet to Michael because that is Michael's favorite song.
Of course.
Yeah, I would love to actually get into Michael lore, and I think it's gonna have its own,
a lot.
its own,
but it's so worth it.
But
it's so good.
Michael has a playlist on our shared family Amazon Music. I only use Amazon Music to listen to Garth Brooks, and when I'm in my Garth Brooks era. But Michael's playlist is called Michael Williams 1 2 3 4 no spaces. That's what it's called. The songs that are on this playlist are so funny. Huh?
The cat's recording the podcast.
I'll take a picture.
The fact that you guys laugh the same is really good.
Hold on, I didn't have it prepped and ready. I didn't have this playlist prepped and ready. I would love to go through the songs that Michael has. So we started with a selection of Big Time Rush because Michael loves Big Time Rush. It's one of his favorite shows. He's still mad at Netflix because they took it off, and then it went on Hulu, took it off. It's nowhere to be found.
Shaking my head.
Yeah, I know. So we have some Big Time Rush, Till I Forget About You, Boyfriend, City Is Ours, and then Big Time Rush, of course. Then we go to Treasure by Bruno Mars because he likes that it starts off with Baby Squirrel as a sexy motherfucker. And this has been on his playlist for at least 5 years. Again, Michael, 12. Then we go to One Call Away by Charlie Puth. Followed by Cruise by Florida Georgia Line. Not the Nelly version, just Florida Georgia Line. Get Ugly by Jason Derulo. Then we have Heaven by Kane Brown, which he once sang in a talent show. Old Town Road remix featuring Billy Ray Cyrus, not the one with Young Thug and Mason Ramsey. Shout out Mason Ramsey. And then we have I by Little Skies. Then Let You Go by Machine Gun Kelly. sorry to bring Machine Gun Kelly into this. Then we have Psycho by Post Malone.
Yeah.
And every time it goes Lil Mama Bad Like Michael, he goes, huh? Every time. Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
He loves that. So he has had that on his playlist since like 2019, 2020. No, it was 2020. Because I remember one time my parents were, this was like during pandemic, like lockdown. My parents also both worked at the school. My dad has since retired. And so they were both up at school. And so I was like in class, technically like on Zoom. But like also I was watching Michael. He was just out in the living room doing whatever he was doing. And I was in my room. We have YouTube. We have smart TV. So like YouTube is on the TV. I'm in class. I'm on mute. But like I'm in class because I also went to a super small town. But like I'm on mute. Our walls were so thin. And also like it was like the living room. And then there was a long hallway. And like my bedroom was like in that hallway. So like it was also just a very small house. Michael also, I swear to God, deaf in one ear. I swear to God, deaf in one ear. And I'm not even joking. But he turned on YouTube TV, turned on Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus, blasting it. It is so loud. And I go out there and I go, Michael, we gotta turn this down. I'm in class. So he loves that song. Fat Bottom Girls by Queen, which used to be one of the schools that we went to, not the same school that I just talked about. He had to ride the bus because the elementary school was in a different town. And like sometimes he would ride with my dad, but if my dad had to be in like not where the elementary school was, Michael had to ride the bus, and that was the bus driver's ringtone apparently, was Fat Bottom Girls. And so whenever he would hear it, he'd go, that's my bus driver's ringtone. Then we have We Will Rock You, of course. Then we get into a little Shawn Mendes, There's Nothing Holding Me Back, and Treat You Better, because I had a Shawn Mendes phase, so of course Michael was subjected to that.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of these are like inspired by me and Connor, which is not good. Kinsey loves this. We Don't Believe What's on TV by 21 Pilots. Because he really likes the lyric about like, I don't care.
Selling your hair.
Yeah, selling your hair. He thinks it's hilarious.
That's so funny.
Then we get into some Five Sauce, Monster Among Men, Youngblood. I have a video of Michael dancing to Youngblood. It's so funny. I don't think we can post it because he was like 5 and he was like in his underwear. So hate to say, but that's not going to see the light of day.
No MAP.
Yeah.
No
This
MAP
podcast.
on the pod.
No.
We're not trying to appeal to the MAP crowd.
No.
She looks so perfect, and every time it says American Apparel underwear, he goes, underwear! Even still. She's kind of hot, which starts
I would get along very well with Michael.
starts with the lyric, my girlfriend's bitching because I always sleep in. Loves it.
Me.
Then we have Ol' Red by Blake Shelton. He loves that song. One time, okay, so our cousin, technically it's like our first cousin once removed. Like her mom is our first cousin. So her name is Bailey. She was on The Voice a couple years ago, and she was on John Legend's team. Shout out Bailey. She was doing a show in Valentine because that's where like this side of the family is from, and we went up and we were watching, and then there's like a little bar that we went to afterwards, and we were just hanging out because like there's like outdoor seating, and we were sitting there, and Michael the whole time, because while we were at the concert, he's like, I really want to go up on stage like after the show and like just be up on stage, because Michael's kind of a little theater kid in his actions. But like we couldn't, and so then while we were there the whole time, he's like, I want to sing. And so he sang Ol' Red with Bailey, and it was so funny, but like he loves that song. Then we have a selection of songs by an artist named Jaden, stylized JXDN. Have I told you this story, Hella?
I don't know.
You might have to save it for the Michael lore.
Okay, yeah, this is gonna be saved for the Michael
We're
lore,
already
actually.
like at an hour.
Okay, so I'll finish these songs. Angels and Demons and Comatose. Then we get into a section where it's just songs that they play at Nebraska games. Sirius, aka the Tunnel Walk song, and he gets pumped every time. Literally. Then we have Jungle by X Ambassadors, Back in Black, Hell's Bells, Thunderstruck, Welcome to the Jungle, Joker and the Thief, Can You Feel
By
It by the
Wolfmother.
Jacksons. By the Jackson, yeah, Jackson 5. Then we have Grinding on My
Jackson 5. Love him.
Yeah. Then we have Grinding on My Life by Nipsey Hussle, but we can only listen to the first 30 seconds. Then we have Check It Out by Ola Larson. Then we have the Imperial March, which is Darth Vader's theme, because Michael loves The Big Bang Theory, and there's an episode of The Big Bang Theory where Sheldon is listening to that because it's his Destroy the World music, and so it's Michael's Destroy the World music.
Of course.
Angels and Demons acoustic. Then we get to Uptown Funk. There's another Michael lore source for that. So What by Jaden. Then we have Still Softish by Josh Richards, and Bryce Hall, which is going to be a Little Huddy diss track. Girls Talk Boys, 5 Second Summer, Float Your Boat. Then we get into Morgan Wallen, which is so disgusting. I can't talk about it. Oklahoma Girl by Bailey Ray, which Michael loves. Then these are new additions, all of these ones. Red Kingdom by Tech Nine. Love that song. Drunk and I Don't Want to Go Home by Elle King. Elle King, shout out. Rob Schneider's daughter. Then we have more Big Time Rush. I added more to the playlist. There's a lot of Morgan Wallen, which is so concerning. Holy by Florida Georgia Line. Dance Monkey, which tracks so hard. Then we have Baby by Justin Bieber. Dear Future Husband.
Why is this
by Meghan Trainor.
A playlist they would play in Kohl's?
Yeah. Well, that's Michael energy.
Like, I'm gonna walk into a Kohl's and I'll see Michael there, like, on a TouchTunes device just controlling the music.
Yes. Then we have Fuck You Bitch by Taylor Walker Jr.
Never mind, not a Kohl's
and
playlist.
then The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, and then The Alchemy, also by Taylor Swift, because I told him that it was about Travis Kelce, and that's all he cared about. Because Michael's a bandwagon Chiefs fan. He doesn't even care about Travis Kelce. All he cares about is Patrick Mahomes. And then I Had Some Help by Post Malone because it's featuring Morgan Wallen. He added Baby Shark, and he told me it's because, like, there's a kid that my grandma watches sometimes, and he said, it's for her. And I was like, okay, but, like,
okay.
I think it's for you. He also recently added Welcome to New York, Blank Space, and Shake It Off.
Yes.
So I think I'm adding him to the Taylor Swift cult. I think he's... And then he also added Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon, which he's liked that song.
Checks out.
And I hate to inform everyone, those are not going on the Yapaholics, the Yap Culture playlist. I know I mentioned them in this episode, they're not going on there. Maybe I'll make a separate playlist called Michael Williams 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can link that.
Yeah.
We'll link that. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So we actually didn't do it all what we were planning on doing today.
No.
And I think that's beautiful.
Amazing.
And also, I think I talked a lot.
Seriously, you got into the Michael stuff and you really started yapping.
In true Yapaholics nature, we yapped.
Yeah, I just love talking about Michael.
Michael's so fun.
I need Michael to come on the pod.
I've never actually met him.
Oh, that's criminal.
I need
Well,
to.
okay.
Me neither.
One time he came in and to Bath & Body Works LLC, and Isabel was there, and he ran away. Like, he ran out of the store. and then also every time he comes in, so we had a coworker, her name's Kirsten. Shout out Kirsten, we love you.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, because she does not work there anymore. But she worked there for like a long time, and Michael loves Kirsten because Kirsten thinks Michael's hilarious, and so every time he'll be like, "It's the girl that likes me here today," and I have to be like, "No."
You know, we need to get this kid some Shimmer Fizz lotion. I think that would lock him in for sure.
Yeah.
He won't run
Last
away.
time I got him a wallflower for his room, and then my mom told me he never even has it plugged in, and I go, what the fuck? I go, what the heck?
He's in a stinky boy era.
Literally, he's 12.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
I think it's really cool though. You're clearly you like document a lot of like what like his actions and like what he likes and stuff, and in like 5 years when he breaks out of like his stinky boy era, you know, his like weird teenage years, he's gonna have like all this documentation of who he was as a kid, and I feel like this is like big for like just the generations in general, but like so much of our lives is actually documented, and we get to go back and like look at everything, and like it sucks at some point, but like it's also I think really cool that he's gonna be able to look back and be like, wow, my sister really loves me. And I just think that's really cool.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I will say,
serious moment.
yes, I will say, yes, I love it. I will say, I don't think he's ever going to break out of a weird kid. He's always going to be the weirdest person I've ever met in my life, because he always has been. One of my favorite videos, not to divulge too much more Michael lore, we can find the actual video, is my mom and I will literally just be sitting in silence and we'll quote this to each other. Michael was like 4 in this video, and it was at the era of Snapchat filters, and so it was a random Snapchat filter, and it was like a tropical like thing. Michael's terrified of birds. Michael, because he had a dream one time.
I'm
Yes.
also terrified of birds.
Yes.
I think
You and Michael are soul sisters.
Aww, love it.
But anyway, Michael's terrified of birds because one time he had a dream that a crow bit him on the cheek.
Which is realistic.
And then the next day we were walking into, so the daycare was in the school, and we were walking in, and my mom worked there, and there were birds right by the door. And he screamed and ran away. But anyway, so this filter's on his face, and there's no birds on this filter, but all of a sudden Michael goes, oh, birds. He goes, I do not like birds. And literally, my mom and I will just be sitting in silence sometimes, and one of us will just go, oh, birds. I do not like birds.
Bro.
Yeah, but yeah, I do think it is so sweet. I love documenting Michael. It's also very sweet because there's a video that I found one time on like my grandma's iPad or something of Michael. He was like literally like 2 months old, and I was the videographer. It's really annoying. This will never see the light of day, except it's posted on my mom's Facebook. Because I was recording. I don't know. My grandma had just gotten an iPad, and it was like a novelty because it was like right when the iPad launched. And I was recording, and my mom was laying on the couch, and Michael was laying with her, and he was like 2 months old, and he was sitting up, and my grandpa was talking to him, and like I was recording, and like not so fun fact, but my grandpa is not alive anymore. I don't know how to say that, like not like I can't say it seriously because then it makes me too sad. And so like my grandpa died like when Michael was 3 months old, so like that's like the only video that we have, and also like I feel like videos like we didn't do a ton, so like that's one of the only videos we have of his voice. So like that's really sweet. I sound like an idiot in the video. I literally it sounds like Michael's talking in the video because I was like 9, and it sounds like Michael's voice, which is scary.
Scary.
Yeah. So on that note, how about we end this podcast?
Yes.
Thank you for coming on, Kinsey.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
It's so much fun.
So actually this was kind of already just an all Reagan episode. Kinsey was just here for emotional support.
Yeah.
If I talk too much, Hallie, you gotta edit me out. But yes, thank you for listening. We promise to not take a month break next time. Hopefully the next episode Andrew will be here, and if he's not, it's because he's a loser again also. Also, shout out Andrew, we love you and we miss you so dearly.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Andrew. You would have loved Challengers. Okay, bye. Meow.